Lababdar Lajawab means there is no comparison to that. Lababdar means the most tastiest dish. So today we're doing the Hyderabadi Lababdar, or all our customer know as Labrador, or the Hyderabadi Nawabi Murg. This curry is so smooth. It's full of flavors. You know, normally when it's like a creamy curry, it's generally like a korma, but this is a creamy curry but with full of flavors. So we always recommend this dish in a restaurant. When you come to Relish, please do try, and that's what we're gonna cook. Welcome to Currykingvinny. Today we're gonna cook Hyderabadi Lababdar Relish spice mix way. To start with, I'm adding about 3 tablespoons of oil, and the ratio for lababdar is we're gonna do about like 30% onion, 70% tomato. So it's slightly more tomato than the tikka masala, but not as tomato as the butter chicken. That's how it varies. So once the oil is hot, I'm just adding 1.5 medium-sized tomatoes. Add pinch of salt. So we're gonna cook the onions until it goes light golden, and we're gonna add the tomatoes and soak cashew nuts in warm water for 10 minutes. Once the onion turns light golden, this is the time we're gonna add the ginger paste. Fry until the rawness goes, the garlic paste goes in. So it takes about 30 seconds when you have less onion. If you have more onion, it goes up to about 45 seconds to a minute. So there you go. It's on high heat, so make sure it forms lumps. As you can see, it starts sticking to the onion. That's when you can say it's done. Add the tomatoes. And I'm gonna, once the tomatoes soften, I'm gonna add some tomato puree. So now we can see the onions and tomato, everything softens. I'm adding about 10 to 12 cashew nuts soaked in warm water. I'm adding the water as well because I'm gonna use it when we blend it. It just adds enough texture. So just simmer it for 2-3 minutes and blend it into fine smooth paste. So the first thing is done. The base is ready. Now we're gonna do the Hyderabadi. This is the simplest of the step. So to start with, I'm just adding not much, 1 tablespoon of oil. The reason is I'm adding ghee as well. So I'm adding for 1 teaspoon ghee. So we want this to be like a rich and creamy dish, but has lots and lots of flavors. To start with, I'm gonna add, keep the heat on low, about 1/2 teaspoon of ginger paste and the garlic paste. Not much. We added the ginger garlic paste for the sauce as well. I'm just using this will enhance the flavor of the sauce. So just cook the ginger and garlic paste. Yeah, as you can see, the little lumps have formed of the ginger and garlic. And to that, I'm adding the spice paste, just soaked in water so it doesn't burn. And just cook it for 30 seconds before we add the chicken. And you can see the oil will start separating the fat. That's when we can see the spices are cooked. We don't need to cook it any further. But you have to make sure you don't want to burn it. Adding water helps, and also frying the spices like this will help to get rid of the graininess of the spice powder. Now you can see the oil starts coming out. To add the chicken, I'm using the breast chicken for this. Just smother the chicken with the spices. I'm still on high heat, so I want to make sure the chicken will stay nice and tender. Cook everything on high heat until we add the base. Yeah, can add a bit of salt. Just be careful because we added the salt to start with as well. Now you can see you've got the paste ready. Just add it to the chicken. You can see it's really nice and creamy. This is just onion, tomato, ginger and garlic paste. Nothing more fancy, and some cashew nuts in it. But all the flavor was in this little bad boy, the Relish spice mix. Just mix it gently. So hyderabadi lababdar is slightly thick curry, so we don't need to add a lot of water. Make sure you keep mixing the sides. You want to add all the goodness, you don't want to lose out on the burnt bits. Turn the heat down. So you need to do the tasting. I'm just gonna do a little taste, just check for the salt and butter. Yep, I'm just gonna add about a teaspoon of butter and cream. So when you add the cream in butter chicken and everything, I always like to leave it, but in this one I just want to simmer it for just 1 more minute. So it turns the sauce like a cooked cream rather than just mixed cream. There you go. I'm just gonna simmer for 1 minute and take off the heat. So when everything is done, you can do two things. You can just sprinkle about half a teaspoon of Relish hyderabadi masala, or if you have a garam masala, just sprinkle garam masala so it has like a lot of garam masala flavor. Just give it a stir and turn off the heat. There is your ready Relish hyderabadi lababdar, or Labrador as you guys know. So this is a really tasty curry. It's not available in many of the restaurants, but trust me, the people who have had Labrador or the Hyderabadi recipe in our restaurant, they will be able to vouch for this. So to order, log on to currykingvinny.co.uk and grab your Lababdar Relish spice mix today. Enjoy.